Hello, James Malfetus with you here again. Trust that you've already signed up for our upcoming webinar where you're going to learn all about how to get more leads online and then to turn those leads into paying customers. And one of the questions that I keep getting asked since we've announced the webinar is, do I really need a website? Well, in a word, yes. In two words, absolutely yes. Now, I want to show you why in no uncertain terms you absolutely need a website. But I'm also going to show you how laughably easy it is to actually get a good website up and running in no time at all. So let me start off by giving you a few statistics. As you're digesting these statistics, please remember and bear in mind that because you're a professional, all of these stats are going to be magnified in your world because of the affluent nature of your clients that you actually deal with. 97% of consumers search online for products and services. Yet 58% of small businesses do not even have a website. And that's from Google in 2012. Now in South Africa, because of our historical problems of not having enough bandwidth and because of the expense, our statistics are way worse than that. So I would say maybe, if we're lucky, 20, maybe 25% of businesses have actually got a website. 96% of smartphone users have researched either a product or a service on their device. And this is another 2012 stat from Google. 4 out of 5 consumers use their smartphones to shop. Also a 2012 statistic. And 73% of mobile searches trigger follow-up actions including purchases, calls, visits, and sharing. Now that should be ringing a few bells in your head. Less than 5% of business websites are actually optimized for mobile users. And that's very, very important because you'll find out later that more than 50% of people actually search for your site on their mobile phones as opposed to online on their computers or their laptops today. Now let me give you 3 more very, very important reasons why you actually need a website. Because of your professional status, your clients absolutely expect you to have a website. Let me say that again. Your clients expect you to have a website. Not having a website will actually hurt your authority and your credibility, even though you may not realize it. Having a poor quality website is even worse than having no site at all, because now people actually have an opportunity to form an opinion about you and create an image about you, and believe me, first impressions online certainly count. And of course with social media today, it's very, very easy to spread that impression all around the web with a click of a button. When you give new prospective clients your business card, the first thing that they're actually looking for is whether or not you have a website. And as soon as you leave their office, they're actually researching you and looking for your site on their smartphone. Remember those stats above? Virtually every accountant, auditor, or tax practitioner that doesn't have a site claims this to be the case for one of 2 reasons. We've actually already covered the first reason, and that was because they didn't actually realize the importance of having a website. After speaking to me, virtually every single one of them has resolved to get a new website up and running within a week or less. And the second, of course, is the perceived technological hurdle. Most professionals that don't have a site feel a little bit intimidated by the technology, and I want to show you that there really is absolutely no reason for this to be the case. More than 60% of the world's websites are actually built on what is known as WordPress. Now, WordPress is just an open source platform, which just means that anyone can use it or make modifications to it for their own or commercial use. And it can literally be installed in just 5 minutes. It's actually got 2 components that you should just be aware of, and the one is called a theme and the other one is called a plugin. Now, a theme is just a piece of software that allows you to change the look and the feel of your site in literally just seconds with a few mouse clicks. You can also change, for example, the color scheme of your site and the functionality, and you can do things like upload your own logo. So it's very, very quick and it's very, very easy to do. Then there are plugins. Now, plugins are essentially pieces of software which allow you to easily perform various functions. For example, in the next video, because of all the questions that I've been getting, I'm going to share with you the importance of building an email list. And I'm going to use a simple WordPress plugin for my sites, which literally takes me about a minute to install. Now, WordPress actually also allows you to add new content to your site. For example, let's say the tax laws change and you want to update your site. It's really as easy as using a word processor, typing up a Word document, and voila, you have a new blog post up online. Now, of course, the next question is, well, how do I get a WordPress site installed? The best way to do this without question is to outsource your site creation. Now, if you already have a web designer or someone looking after your IT needs, they will most certainly be able to help you with this. And if you don't, you can actually go online to various outsourcing sites, and there you'll find literally thousands, in fact I should tell you probably tens if not hundreds of thousands of people who will happily do it for you. These people can actually be anywhere in the world, and in some countries where the standard of living is a little bit lower, the prices are absolutely dirt cheap. Now on the actual webinar, I'm going to show you some of these resources, and we'll go into more detail about the best countries to use if this option is something that actually interests you. By the way, you can actually outsource virtually any aspect of your business online. For example, you could outsource bookkeeping services online. And when I show you some of the possibilities on the webinar, your whole world might well be expanded. You're going to be introduced to a whole new world of possibilities. You can also look around online for companies that specialize in creating and maintaining a website for you. This, of course, takes all of the technical hassles away from you, as well as the worry about, is your site going to break down, and is it down for any reason? And if you really, really hate technology, then this is really a great option for you. If you're looking to maintain control over your site in-house, then I've also got great news. There are tons of training programs showing you exactly how to do this. And in fact, it's a special bonus to everybody that signs up and actually attends the webinar. I'm going to give you access to a very comprehensive video course that you can download to your computer, and that's going to show you everything that you could ever want to know about building your WordPress site. You can, of course, watch any of these videos as many times as you need in case you need to know how to do something very specific. I certainly don't suggest that you do this yourself, because your time is very valuable, and you should rather be getting other people in your organization to do the site building and maintenance for you. Trainees and receptionists make an excellent choice for this function. So if you need any help in creating your site, then just let me know, and I'll recommend someone that can help you build the perfect site for you. Now, before I end this video, I just want to tell you a little story about the first site that I ever created. In fact, it's still up, and it's called Garage Sales Blueprint. It was my very first information product that I ever created. And what it does is that it teaches people how to make a full-time or a part-time living online selling goods and services at garage sales. Now, I must have spent 6 weeks trying to learn all of the technical issues to get the site up. It was a relatively simple 3-page site, but it had some technicalities because, of course, I needed to link to a payment process in order to take the payments. Now, eventually, after about 6 weeks of this nonsense, I actually paid somebody $80, which is less than $1,000 today, and was way less even in those days. $80 to sort this all out for me. And it took my outsourcer, wait for it, 4 hours to complete the job. Okay, now you do the maths. 6 weeks at my rate, or your rate, versus $80 in just 4 hours. Okay. Since that day, I've not touched another one of my own sites ever again. It's just not worth my time. I can build them, okay, but it's just not worth it. And you should adopt exactly the same philosophy and not get bogged down in the detail. Honestly, just pay someone to do it for you. It can be an outsourcer, it can be someone in-house, because that investment is going to be way, way less than you think, and the rewards are going to be way, way worth it. I'll be answering a very important question about building an email list in the next video before the webinar. This is because I've been getting quite a lot of questions about the webinar, so I just want to answer a few of them before we get on the webinar so that you're better set. Now, I'm also going to show you how to get the most out of your existing email list. And statistics tell me that there's at least a 95% chance that you're not using your email list to its full potential. So look out for that next video. I also have a number of bonuses for those of you that attend the webinar, including the WordPress training that I told you about in this video. And you will, of course, have to attend the webinar and stay right until the end in order to get the bonuses. Check the details below this video for the dates and the time so that you can reserve your seat. I suggest you do so right now because we've got limited seats with our webinar service provider, and I would hate for you not to be able to grab a spot. I think that we only actually have a handful of seats left at this point, so please, please, please reserve your seat right now to avoid disappointment. So go ahead and register for the webinar by clicking on the big yellow button below, and I look forward to answering more of your questions and seeing you in the webinar, where I'm going to show you not only how to get more customers, but also how to get the customers that you really want. This is James Malphetis signing out. Talk soon.